what it is. Hey, gang. Good afternoon. You got the wicked lady hippie at the bar. At least most of me is. Let's see. I've been up since Halloween. It was a great Halloween. The pictures may not have held up well here, but I was stopped everywhere I went by like 15 women and several men. I was absolutely surprised to see that. And surprised that my husband, no problem. It was like, yeah, she made that. He was very good about it. I mean, because before I even went, as I knew I was going to drink, of course, I'm going to drink. It's Halloween. So I had stopped at I went to Burlington. I had some things to do. So Burlington and things, Walmart, get all that out of the way. And then ran to Logan's for some hurricanes and filet mignon. And I love sitting at the bar because we take the food home to eat because Robert has problems and he had cancer. And so he knows not to order anything but an hors d'oeuvre unless I finished at least one hurricane. Generally, I go for two and two. Drives them crazy because they're so expensive, and they have gotten a lot more expensive. So I'm thinking about replacing them with like another place. I'm not sure. I'm going to go to other places and find out. So I hope everybody had a great Halloween, and let's hope that the weekend went well. Mine went pretty blazing well. Today is my son's birthday. He's my only child. I do have a stepdaughter. My husband's daughter, she was 13 when she came to us. So and she stayed down in Middle Georgia. We moved up to, southeast Georgia, I guess you'd say. We're about halfway up Georgia. Yeah, I might as well just say it's Augusta. So I did have a bit of my stiffener before I popped in. I told my husband I was missing my little whiskey fireballs. I was all out, and he was like, "Stay out of the bourbon." Guess what's in here? Never ever tell me that at my own bar, especially when he's not here to get something else in line. He's why he gets me those fireballs because I love them because I keep some ice in my little shot glasses. My common stiffener, I'm from a family that raised me. I was adopted at 9. They were World War IIers and so forth. And the women would faint and they would wake the women up and then they would say, go get the hooch, whatever was in there, sherry, brandy, rye, vodka. And they had the glasses in there. So you bring that. And they were already waked. They did the capsule thing. And they're like, oh, and they would sip it. And the men would say, well, you feeling better now? And oh, yeah, I better start. Oh, I think she needs another one. They never went past 3 and they never, ever fainted to where they hit the floor. I never in my life been able to faint. It's actually pissing me off. I'm wondering which is doing what because the door isn't locked. And if it's my husband, it's okay. If not, somebody's about to get shot. My grandson still calls before he opens. He calls first, but then before he opens the door, it's Grandma, it's me. Hey, Grandma. Don't you? And he's an Army veteran. I have 2 grandchildren. They both just had their birthdays too. It's just a knockout to us at this age. We can't seem to keep up. Everybody's got a birthday next week, or it's like Thanksgiving. So we're all just going, well, we're fucked. I swear to God, you get through Halloween. For me, I'm glad it was, Friday night. I had the weekend to recover because I quit doing this every day. I decided to take weekends off till I had more people in, which reminds me, I can't get in. I had live chat disabled. Now you can. You can also throw it in the comments if you think this was at any entertainment at all. Please put something in there. Ring the bell. I don't know. I have a lot that I subscribe to. I like the paranormal things that are being done. I like a lot of stuff. I like Professor Vincent Davis Hansen. Yeah, he's got a video. Well, he's got a lot out. Daily Signal. His website is called The Blade of Perseus, which is an awesome title for a freaking podcast. Great guy. Fortunately, 72. I keep wishing he were a lot younger. No, I'll get your head out of your. No, it's not for that. My headphone keeps cutting in and out. So I'm hoping to adjust it while we sit here. I have no crew. Shut up. One of my cats is meow, meow, meow. That usually stops it, but apparently not. They know when I'm up here doing the this podcast. I do have a business for came on. One of them will photobomb me before I get off the air. If not, I know I don't feel well, so I'm gonna have to check all of them. So yeah, I hope everybody again had a good weekend and did not pick up the nasty. So now I've got my husband and I are reacting like we both have severe colds or sinus infection. I don't know, but it's like Muhammad Ali is using you for a punching bag in the face. It's not fun. I found some tablets of mine that they had issued from the VA, so I gave him some and me some, but they don't seem to be working as well as I thought for as long as I need. So we'll have to cross our fingers there. No, the kittens can't come out and play. There's some kittens. And he's not fixed. He's the other one. He just came back in the house. He got out and he went feral again. And we told him just before when it had just gotten cold here, and we told him if you don't walk in the house, we're not going to try to pick you up. If you want to stay outside, you can. And he walked in the house. It had been like 6 months, and he just walked right in like he hadn't missed a day. Cats or something. These little critters. If there wasn't a hell of a lot I liked on the telly. But I did see a couple of things I thought were funny. Blew up another boat. What do these speedboats think they're doing? That's the U.S. Navy. What do they think the Navy's going to do? Go, okay, well, yeah, we don't have any weapons. Y'all come on in. Y'all to do that. No, you'll hear that. Da, 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 da. They're weapons, as you can see. Then you would hear this. No more boat. Army veteran, published author. Hi, guys. Again, I'm up here for entertainment only. I think this is like social Woodstock. We should all be up here talking each other to death. It is so cool. I did this for a year before I had a huge accident that really incapacitated me for like 10 months. And so I didn't do anything. I didn't even do Facebook. It was that bad. I just wanted to get through the next day. So it was one day at a time, and I had television on, but it was more to just keep me from screaming more, I think, because I don't recall watching much during that time. My son sent me a lot of those little puzzle books. I did those, but it was a terrible time, so I didn't get anything done. And when I was good, a first time I went out, about the first week I came back, I had no trouble. The second week that I went to get on, it just would not do it. It just wouldn't do it. And it says there's too many of their applications open. They had too many in cache when I didn't know what cache was, but I found out. Cleared cache. Went back, still wouldn't do it. Husband went and got a whole new system for me, thinking, it's been sitting there. And my husband does not clean it. The dust has become concrete with water. I'm using industrialized cleansers in here, and I'm still losing. And I can only do so much with the leg right now until it's built up, and it could take another year or so. So if I like go to the store, I went to the store yesterday. By the time I think it was about 6:30. By that time it hit, I was in so much pain. I was using my little car because I was hurting. And I told my husband, I was like, that's it. We're done. You ate, I ate, dishes are done. Good night. Grab my ice, grab my heat. You do ice, heat, until you stop screaming. They do not provide pain medication whatsoever. I do have a seizure medicine, gabapentin, which seems to help a lot with the pain. It doesn't do much, but it helps it again enough so you're not screaming. So you'll forgive me if every once in a while I go, oh, I put it the wrong way at the wrong time. And again, politics I tried to steer out of because it's just a fucking mess. It's such a clusterfuck up there right now. I want somebody riddle me this. How come this one boy, well, this one old man, Chuck, Chucky Schumer, can anybody explain to me why the hell everybody got to listen to this dude? Didn't they have a vote in their own states? I could have sworn that's how they did that. I'm old. Things get past me, but don't they still have things like where they vote for senators in their states? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Thank you. I thought so. I'm like, so what the hell? This one guy says you can't vote unless you vote this way. Now, you cannot tell me, ladies and gentlemen, none of us are this stupid. I didn't just come down with the morning dew. You got to be joking. Actually, you got to be fucking kidding me. Army veteran. No children allowed. I like these. All the fun of being at my own bar. These go out while I'm talking. It's the reason why my husband will let me have it, because I was vaping before I quit for about 10 years. And so he lets me have my little cigarillo while I'm on the air if I want one. And like I said, he usually buys me a little whiskey fireball and that burst of cinnamon at the end. I love that shit. And so I'm hitting the bourbon today. Every time I do that, I'll just pick something, huh? And within an hour or two, he's back with my fireballs. I have been known to like empty the Jack Daniels. I really don't drink that often, I swear. The whole 10 months I was on, I never had a drink. But I tend to want to drink up here. I don't know what it is. Besides, good. Yes, it's a mimosa. That's enough about me. As we were talking about the Senate, as I was raised, you don't talk about politics or religion. There's not another damn thing out there to talk about lately. It's some of this shit's biblical. It really isn't. I won't go into all that. I will mention Charlie Kirk. We're still carrying that baton. I don't want to see anybody drop that baton. He was assassinated, and it was meant for the world to see, and the world saw it real time. And they say that this kid did this. Now, at 23, I could have done that. But I had been firing a weapon since I was 17. I could take an M16 apart in the dark, put it back together. So, yeah, I could have done it. Not like he did. I could have done it and nobody ever found me. No DNA, no nothing. I'm not stupid. This kid's so stupid that he goes up there. How do you know it was that he could see from that angle? There was a huge building on one side, a copse of trees on the other. He had a little basic triangle. And Charlie was down at the bottom of like a terrarium type stepping thing. And he was down at the bottom, his tent was, and he was sitting like epicenter of the middle of that tent. And I saw some footage that you could not see that boy, but barely under that tent. At first, they said he was 200 yards away. He wasn't. He was 140 yards away, lots closer. People started saying, I think this was after the shot, that there's a shooter on that roof. Now, his security for the two places he'd been to before he got to Utah University, they had wands out. They checked everybody as they came in. They had security on the roofs. They had sheriffs. They had police. There was an ambulance. This time he had a team of 6. That was it. That was it. Well, nobody else. Well, that really opened a window. You could have walked up and shot it because that's where the mic was. Proved me wrong, and that's how I knew him. And then I learned that he was worldwide and he had a lot more on his plate than I thought he did. I couldn't understand why when I came in, heard he was shot. My husband brought the next set of groceries in because I had just stopped. And he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "They shot Charlie." He said, "Oh my God, they didn't." I said, "They shot Charlie." "I don't know." He says, "He okay? He's going to be all right." I said, "I don't know." And then the next couple of minutes, President Trump was announcing to lower the flags and uh, that he had passed. So we quickly put things away, and I just basically let him do it, and went back out to see what I could find out real time about this. And I saw Joe Rogan, and I liked Joe, and I knew whatever was going on, he had a handle on it. And he was interviewing Martin Sheen, not Martin, Charlie Sheen, and they were both not as devastated as you would think, but yeah, it rocked them both. It really rocked Joe Rogan. I think he had him on his podcast fairly recently. Um, Melania, you tell she had cried and cried. She wore those heavy, thick glasses, and she took them off once and put them back on. But I saw her face then, and she had been crying. And I saw one tear. I hope nobody else saw it, but I saw one tear that President Trump shed. And I didn't know any of these things until I saw that Air Force Two was bringing home his body, and that the vice president was escorting the coffin. That I realized that he was, and that Trump announced. I thought that's strange. I had no idea. I'd always just watched him as prove me wrong. And so I started, of course, like everybody else, digging in, realized that's just adding to the confusion. Then I saw Candace. Dear God, I wish I could hug that young lady. Love you anyway, kid. Um, I think she should grab hold of her little children. I think she should go on a cruise and get off in the Bahamas somewhere. She can fly back. She needs the cruise just to whoosh. And she needs the kids to remember you can't get out of life alive, even though there are many that we would keep if we could. And when it happened and it hit me, my husband came in back in because I had hit my knees, busted into tears. I said, "This is going to be so JFK." And he heard me. He said, "Why would you think that?" Here, and he was getting me up, setting me down, went and got me a stiffener because I was just sobbing and I couldn't understand it. And they were showing his babies and stuff, and I hadn't been that upset since Princess Diana's death. And I still will turn into just a big weeping zone if I see her and her children together. But I didn't understand it because, like I said, I didn't know Charlie well. I only knew him through the prove me wrong part. And I'm telling you, there it is. Where did I put it? I lose everything anymore. I need those little sticky notes to say, "Hey, she's lost. Make sure she goes to," you know. But anyway, enough about that. I just wanted to touch on that every day that I'm here. Make sure my mic's going in and out. Not my mic, but my headphones are. But I see I've engrossed you now for 19 minutes. Like I said, these go out. So I cheat a little bit, but it's pretty cool he lets me do it because otherwise they wouldn't let me do it. My son's not happy. He doesn't also like me, as he put it, "You're drinking yourself to death." I'm like, "I have a shot glass. And there's ice in it. So I only fill half a shot glass, and most of that's water. But it's only a shot glass. That's what I'm using." Well, you get doing that every day, and then you'll be a drunk. Just like he know me well enough not to go that far. He did anyway. Uh, some stuff you can get away with. Some stuff you better try to journal with. He backed that up. Child knows his mama real well. um, I don't have people here to talk to. I thought I would, but everybody's scared. They don't understand how I do it. How do you get up and talk to everybody and there's nobody here and you're on TV? I was like, "Are you kidding? This is the most valuable thing I've seen in my life. It's free. I can talk to somebody who's in Germany. I can talk to somebody who's in London. I love this thing." I'm hoping they let us keep doing it. It's social Woodstock without all the freaking mud, and most of us keep our shirts on. We talk about anything and everything within reason. Remember, your mother taught you manners. Mine did too. I use most of them. um, I say a lot. If anybody out there would, again, like to say anything, all you got to do is throw it in the comments. You can come in on live chat. I got that going. I'm going to pop this there because my ice is melting very fast. This stuff really takes its toll. Again, I'm afraid my kid's not going to agree. Yes, he is gone again. It'll do that when I'm up here. There we go. Now we're back. Don't ask. I have the head this piece on because they fall down either in the front or they'll fall down in the back because they didn't go far enough in, so I have to put something to hold them in place. So I'm visiting my hippie days. And thank you so much for the compliments. That's so sweet. See, we've gone through those. So if anybody, again, with Candace, honey, I love you. I have watched you for a long time, but intermittently, I'm sorry to say. And I'm worried about you, young lady. I'm worried about you. Amazing what she finds. Miss Owens, I mean, Candace Owens. I'll just put it that way. I love the first name. Um, and I love the work she does. And she really puts the work into it. And I'm assuming she has people as well. She's been around a while. But she has found out some stuff that she didn't expect to find, and others found it from footage or however. And what I want to know is why I hit my knees and said, "This is going to be so JFK." My husband wants to know too. He said, "If you're right, we're going to start a booth, get you a crystal ball," because I had no idea why I would say that. Again, at that point, I didn't even know he was involved in politics. That's something I always used to stay away from. No, not so much. Not since they killed Charlie. There's a whole lot of us that are now said, okay, we're done. It's this far and no further. They're selling guns and treating and approving uh, permits to carry faster, probably, than they did since the Old West. Because they know those cops aren't going to get there. And if they do, they're not going to do nothing. I've watched them stand there while they did that smash and rob thing at Nordstrom or Walgreens, whatever. New York, I don't even know how they have a store open or why they would want to. I really don't. It's beyond the pale to me. And then go out on the sidewalk and sell the same shit they just stole 150 paces away. And the cops do nothing, and they don't do anything because it's cashless bail and all this other nonsense. It's called treason. It's called secession. It's called civil war. I think that he should send in the National Guard federalized, and anybody who holds office and is doing sanctuary cities have seceded from the nation and should be treated accordingly as the treasonous traitors the bitches are. It's there. He has the power to do this, and he should. I don't want to see a civil war, but I don't want to continue to see my country go down the drain. And they undo, and they said flatly they were going to undo everything that President Trump did. They did the first 4 years when they dismantled it. Anything he did, that was the first thing old Joe did with that automatic pen. We had Weekend at Bernie's for 4 fucking years. It was a good movie, but it's just not that freaking good, okay? Whole nations have been laughing at us for like 10 years. You sue a former president? I love the mugshot. Sorry, guys. It got really cold out here. My lips keep cracking, so I keep my little thingy on hand. It's not comfortable, so you have to do all that. But yeah, these people knew they took advantage of it. They were even going to have him run again. They were going to have him run again. And he fought against not running again. And by the point that they got him out of there, it was 170 days left. You know, what's her name's book? God. 107. No, it was 107 days they had left. That's the girl's place. I call her the giggle girl. Who was she? Yeah, the VP. Yeah, the one that they said was supposed to be the border. I don't. There was at least one czar or two czar, whatever. They were in Rome. I don't know what that's about with us, but her position was to head up the security at the wall. And I really did get a cute little thing and watch that one. They said, "Well, aren't you supposed to be at the border? You've never been." She said, "I've never been to Europe either." What's your point? Makes me crack up every time. That Gulf of America, I love it. Oh, Donnie. Pocahontas. That man is her life. I mean, he's just a laugh right. I watched him on the podcast that he got on. After they tried to kill him, and he stood up and yelled, "Fight!" I was in his corner. I was in his corner before because I saw how he was treated by the pair. It would put the press in there, and they were horrible. They were just horrible. And I kept saying, if you don't have any manners, why hasn't the Secret Service marched you out? I would have took you up by your fucking ear and thrown you out if I was the president. Now I see that Caroline's got him in order. You don't come in unless you act fucking right. If he calls on you, you can then ask him a question. You're not going to do that screaming shit at him anymore. And you're going to say please and thank you. Love that girl. That's what I said last time. It's like, what? Bush had a shoe thrown at him once. That was. I still laugh at that one. Wasn't it a shoe? And some politics aside, I don't know what else you guys are doing. Somebody needs to pop up here. Maybe I'm probably on a Monday working. I'm retired. So if you see me later, please hit the like. Subscribe is free. And if I actually, the way I understand this, if I get enough folk to sign up, I can actually throw commercials on it and get paid. That would sure get my husband off my back if I had more money than he did. He's always yelling I spend too much money. I really do spend too much money. I saw him yelling about it. I don't know what to think about what the world is doing anymore. When they can withhold everybody's checks. They get their own check. The Senate, the whole Democratic Senate, can't vote their own people's way because I happen to figure their districts or whoever they're representing are all wanting a fucking paycheck by now. I talked to my son. He and his wife both work at the base. He never served in the army, although I did and his son did. He serves as a civilian. And I did too. My grandson is not serving. He's in college and he works on the side, but he doesn't work for the government anymore. He said he'd had enough government. So, but I did. And then the Clintons screwed up everybody and suddenly everybody was on temporary status. That was fun. Love that. You didn't have any job security. I don't give a flat fuck where you worked. There was no security. I keep hearing these people going, well, the judge said they got to keep these 15,000 people. I'm like, fuck off. I'm going up there to work. Nobody can fire them, not even the president. Turn the plane around. I love that one. Turn the plane around. Who the fuck did he think he was? I see he's been mainly shut up. I was hoping to find out what they'd get him on, which was everything. Should have been. I keep telling everybody that it was a lot less than this for Civil War. Why doesn't somebody just run over there and fire off a cannon from Fort Sumter? We can just do this all over again. Get rid of all these tent cities. Get rid of all these governors and mayors who's invited 50 million people down and put them in hotels while you live in a tent. It's an amazing world, isn't it? That would be my husband. Which is why I keep this here. Forgive me. I did tell him. Yes, that's who it is. Hi, you're on speaker and I'm on live. What's up? No, not quite. No. Oh, okay. That's fine. No, that was all. Oh, I was still out of my liquor, but that'll wait. Yeah, my little boss. But yeah, you got that trailer, so okay. I'll get off. Okay, bye. These phones. I almost have to sign in order to hang them up. And they bought me a new cover because this one's getting old now. It's just starting to fall apart. I love it though. I think it's cute. It's got a little wallet with it, which I don't really use it as a wallet very much. But like I was all dressed up. I got an ivory gown, um, ruched here at the section, and then of course filled out, and the 50s look. And I have the stuff to put. I have the little slips that go under it, and you could wear it either way. In any event, it's just below mid leg. So I said, okay, I'll put this, let's see if I can put the crinolines on, see if that'd be all right. Well, it fluffed it out really cute. I usually try to use a belt, a brooch, a scarf, something. But it really was such a lovely dress, and the way it was made, it would have been too much to take something put on it. So I added one small brooch and different necklaces and so forth went out. And it had gotten cool. My grandson had stopped in, so I left later than I anticipated. And I love the coats. I've been buying it for a couple of years. The coats that look like Victorian, the vest in the front, and then they had like ripple down, and you pull them together with that kind of tie, like a corset in the back. And so I have all kinds of those, and I have them in all colors, I think. But I was wearing a light blue with this one because of the dress, it being an ivory. I didn't want to go with white; it would have been too much. So this was a light blue. I had the high collar, little ruffles, and then it had one button here, and the other spread out over the dress. It was a good look; it really was. And I had put on some little cute shoes because I can't wear anything. I can't wear high heels anymore. But this pair I had before, and they're a wedge type, and they're made so your foot doesn't have to do that. So I wore those, and everywhere I went after that, I had 3 stops, and I had 4 stops. And people were running up to, where did I get that? And when they saw, I got to rate it, and they sent that for me to revise, rate, report on, as whatever words they want me to use. It was a hit. And I call it taking the dress for a walk. I did before that. Let's see. It's trying to mess with me here. I don't know. If we could completely do without it, I would. But it sounds very different. Hello. There we are. Okay. We'll try this again. It wouldn't be me if something didn't go wrong in the middle of this thing. And I hate wearing all this stuff on my head. I also used to be an operator for a second job when I was in the military. I hate that now. I mean, I just retirement's been fun. I like that. I heard about the war on the Ukraine. We should continue to arm them. No, we shouldn't. Um, Somebody just needs to grab Putin, beat the shit out of him, and say, "You've done enough. Don't kill no more of your people." I don't know how that's going to end. I don't know, but Trump's done everything he can to fix that, and he's created 7 peace deals where they were slaughtering each other, and they've quit now. So he's doing a lot of good as far as making sure people stop killing each other. That's the only reason he says he does it, and I believe him. And I don't understand the Ukrainians. I understand them being attacked without provocation and not wanting to give any more ground. They lost the Crimea in what, 14 or 15, something like that, to the Russians. Anyway, this century they lost Crimea. Yeah, it's a big country, or well, it was a lot bigger, But it's time. Um, the museum, I don't know. Um, it's a real rough situation. China's back in Russia. The EU and the States are backing the Ukraine, mainly the US. Well, it was only, I think, the US that sent anything, including money. And he said to the Europeans, you need to step the fuck up. It's a lot harder to get to us than it is to you. Just all this water. Mm. That call means he's coming home, which means I should be getting off of here shortly. I've got a ton to do. Didn't want any of it to be done today, but I have to. Another reason for those. Yeah, maybe if I just numb myself, I'll be able to get through the housework. I haven't swept or mopped since the day before yesterday. And in my home, if I don't sweep and mop every day, things pile up, clothes pile up, things that have just been set down pile up. You can't see even in my bedroom because I've just stuff everywhere. And I bought things to put things in. Put earrings in this big case. And so I have that much stuff going on. I had like 30 belts. I like to enhance them. I gained a lot of weight. Tried 10 months of not moving, man. You gained some weight. I'm not doing Ozempic. I don't know what the hell that shit does to folks. I'd rather be fat than look like that. No, I like this because it's floor length, and I knew it would get warmer today. So I grabbed this one so I could keep kind of warm, but not overdo it. But I didn't have to go to the store. He said he was going to go for me, but then he forgot he had to grab the, um, what is it that he made it too, the little trolley, and pick up all the stuff and debris left from the greenhouse because the neighbors didn't like it there. I don't have an HOA, but they managed to get the sheriff to come by and tell us what. I can give you a month, but you got to move that stuff. I'm looking around going, he's a 70-year-old recovering cancer patient from stage 4 who wasn't supposed to actually recover. That's usually a death sentence. And I'm a recovering accident victim that couldn't even put weight on one leg for 10 months. Just completely bedbound for 10 months, barely getting around now. But we should go out there and do this and that. I mean, and it was stacked up perfectly nice where the fence used to be on the back part of the property. Wasn't in nobody's way. You can't see it from the road. It's just the bits from the house, my hot house. But that needs to be done. And Robert, I told him because we're on the corner, started doing his friend's car work. And then they ran into a guy that was a salesman for used cars. So every day he was bringing Robert a car, picking that car up, and then bringing his second car. This guy buys a lot of cars, or I don't know. But he was keeping 2 and 3 in the yard. Now we have 2 RVs, one pulled behind, one's like a Wonder Lunch. And we have his truck, we have my car, and we have a boat. We have a motorcycle. We have stuff. And I told him when he first started doing that, I said, it's nice of you to do that for your friends. But I know this broad down here that bitch, he parked his truck here one time. He was teaching not far away. And he parked the truck to grab something. And he had already left. I think it was like 40 minutes maybe that he parked there. And plenty of room. I don't understand it at all. But they called and sent the zoning board after us. Says you can't park a rig here. We're like, he didn't park it there, but a few minutes he had to grab something from home. What was he supposed to do? Go down to the pilot and park down there and what? And it's because he can't park here. I was like, okay, I'll let him know. I just pick him up from the truck stop. But I never had to. He never had to come this way and do that again. It pissed him off so bad he just didn't do it. So we knew they were a bitch. And we feed animals here. It's the corner house. They throw them out of the cars in bags, or just throw them out completely, or they're born because there's cats and dogs. Very few dogs. I don't even think there's any dogs out there. It's just the cats. In any event, they sent me to court. I told the truth. At that point, there was one cat with a broken leg, and I managed to feed him enough to let me set that broken leg as best I could. And soon he was just running and everything. And he was a big cat. He was a painted cat. And they told me it was $500 plus probation because I fed a cat. I was like, what? And I just started crying because I wanted to jump this thing and start beating him because the six cases in front of us were involving two neighbors who were black, but the neighbors, all black, six cases. Three had been bitten by the other's dog. I can't remember what the other three were, but he actually came down from the rostrum with his mask and hugged him and said, "You got to get along now. I'm not going to charge either of you." Three had been bitten by the other's dogs and had to go into the hospital. They had photos. They had all this stuff. I mean, had bitten badly. Hospital time. You guys are neighbors. You get this worked out, right? Right. Okay. And then he gets to me, and it's you get this in probation, and I thought, don't kill him, don't kill him, and I had that's my failsafe, I guess. Is I just turned to tears because I can't think, and my husband's grabbing me, he's holding on to me, he's trying to walk me over to where we're supposed to go to sign up for probation, and I find out I don't have to do probation, but I'd have to pay the probation so much money a month because my husband asked them, how much money is it? Because she's not going through probation. You're not putting her through it. How much money would she have to have? And it was almost $500. And he took his bank card out and said, "Here you go." So he paid for it on the spot. He was so angry. He was trembling. He was so mad. See, he had never even fed the cat. He'd seen the cat, and he had seen where I had managed to bandage him a little bit and keep him going. And he was just so angry. So, you never know. And if I have a problem with a neighbor, I'm not too frightened to say so. I'll go over and tell you, hey, knock it off. So that's the kind of neighbors we have. So he can't do certain things. But because he did that, like I said, the sheriff came and said, you can't leave that stuff there. We don't know why. And at our age, it's like then send somebody from the city. We're too old to move it. But my husband doesn't say that. I'm waiting on her to come back so I can fill her in. Say, excuse me. You're telling a 70-year-old man who's a recovering patient from cancer to pick up logs and, you know, debris from a building by himself because I can't do it because I was out of commission for 10 months due to an accident and I'm just now walking and I can't even do that very far. So how come you can come up here and swear you're going to do this and that to us if we don't do it? I'm thinking I want the jury at this point, but that's what he's doing. That's the name. He's picking up a trailer to move all that stuff. Yeah, I love police sometimes. I really do. But why are you picking on the good people? Very nice young lady, though. But we are law-abiding citizens, so he's taking care of that. He knows I can't even ask me. I wanted to help, but I can't do it. Physically, I just can't do it, which is annoying. It's almost one of those, you have to turn your keys in now because so I think I've got through most of what I really wanted to talk about. I hope you've been bored long enough, haven't you? I like all this stuff. So if you see me, if you like me, if you want to hear more about anything, drop in the live chat, hit the comments. I'll get back to you, I promise. I've had a few that were so fucking funny. I like the funny ones. I like that. Yeah, I do. I love a sense of humor. And it's like I said, I kind of treat it like Woodstock. It's just without the mud and the heat. Anybody out there still remembers Woodstock? I can't say I'm old enough for Woodstock. I'm just saying I'm old enough for this. We'll use that one instead. But I'm going to have to dash because, like I said, when he gets here, things are. I need to get rid. Every time I swear, he's like Pigpen. Like you remember the old Charlie, the peanuts come. All right, that comic's true. Well, they had what they called Pigpen. Everywhere he went, he had like this dust cloud with it. That's my husband. If he goes into a room, he leaves it really amazing. I go into the room and I clean it up. Can't ask Ken. He ain't doing it. Pixie, are you all right? I let three of my cats coughing, and that means I've got to treat them. They don't like the medicine. Oh boy. It's great flavor, but they hate it. Oh, they hate it. It takes one to grab him and hold him, and I trying to open their mouth and put the amount of medicine with a syringe, and I try to follow it up with water because they hate the taste so bad. They will literally foam at the mouth rather than swallow. It's too late; they've already swallowed. I've chunked it down their throat. Make sure you have to swallow, but they hate it. So I thought that today I would give them their medicine, whether they like it or not, and tuna fish. They love the tuna fish. So I buy the big sets of tuna so that they get treats once in a while, especially like if I have to give them something for this, that, or the other. There's always something. There is. I think the vets really invent some of this stuff. That $422. The cat's got a cough. Probably give me Diamond Tab or something. That'd be 52 too. If I didn't laugh, I'd cry or hit something or somebody. And believe me, there's a few that are in my range now. Actually, most of them know just to run if they see me coming. They're my husband's family. And I won't say much. I really could write a book. You just do not know. I've got one chapter I would call "In the Limo, Out of the Limo." At a funeral, the real mother, the blood mother, the one who had me. Yeah, she died, and I was around for 6 or 7 years. I moved down here for one because of my husband, who wasn't my husband at that time. He kept asking, and I kept saying no. His sister was the one who found me. It's really weird. I should write a book. I really should. Um, the real mother was married to my husband's aunt. The half brothers. Um, I forget where they came from. The real weird thing is my sister looked like the one brother, the older brother, and I looked like the younger brother. It was a Jehovah's Witness minister, which I told him I don't do organized religion. So that's pretty much the last time he talked to me. The other one was a truck driver, and that's how I got to meet my now husband. He was the brother of the half brother's wife, the one who found me. So he was technically my cousin or something. We don't know. It went everywhere. I had two uncles that were married to two of his father's sisters. I mean, this went back a ways, like to the grandparents, even. These two families had married a lot. And they were Native Americans. I mean, they were card carrying Native Americans. They had registered. Um, and here I come along. My sister was brunette, didn't look anything like me, and the other brother, the half brother, didn't look anything like his brother. And when we met, it was like, uh-oh. She was playing around because that was from that husband, and this two are from this husband, and there was a divorce in between somewhere. It's confusing. I should write the book. The only advice I have for adoptees, if they call you, if they find you, run. Do not look back. If you do, it'll be shooting holy water and throwing a match. I mean, go. They were worse than the nuns that had me for 8 or 9 years. That was bad, let me tell you. Ever seen what nurses used to do in the 60s? Yeah, my earphone went out. There it is. It's back. That's with new wiring. I'm going to have to get. I have another one. It's the headset. It's not the actual microphone. I have like four of these now, five if you count the one for the guests. But I digress. Mm, damn thing! I wish it would stay lit sometimes. Well, I guess I run around because, like I said, I know him. He's on his way in. He knows I do a live podcast, and I managed to do it so the front door you can't see him going in or out. I'm at the bar, which takes up. We kind of turned the whole bottom kitchen. Everything is like part of the bar. I love it. He pulled out all the carpeting for me. He repainted for me. My china cabinet became one, and it's beautiful. It's a great china cabinet. And then, of course, there's the bar, and I got to pick the bar stool chairs and the new furniture for everything else. And then we had to mount the TV, and that's great. I love that. With the walls newly painted, and I got to pick a blue color for him. So I love it. I mean, I really do. And this was just I fell in the middle of the remodeling and hurt myself very badly. And so he kind of had to stop because I literally could do nothing for myself other than I could make it to 6 steps to the ladies, and we had moved and adjusted things, or he had, so that I could only have to go that far to get there. Because when I first got on the crutches, I was like, catch your, catch your, who knew? It turns out as you're older, one leg is not the one you just can stand on for very long. Didn't matter if you had crutches. Nope. If the other leg won't support you, the crutches don't work. It was a hell of a way to find out. It really was. But I digress again. Come see me, leave it in the comments, write it in the, I don't care. Just do something. Reach out to me. Somebody help. Maybe I should send this out to friends and family and blackmail them. I'm not sure which way I'll go with that yet. It's like, no, I'm not Joe Rogan. Hey, Joe. And one of my favorites, Shay Shay. I'm not any of those guys. It's not like I'm going to have Clint Eastwood walk in, sit down, and do a talk with me. I have tried other people, but I don't have those credentials that I would know 15 million that would, want to come on my podcast. It's a pity. So I'm hoping that out here that you guys also see a social Woodstock and don't mind speaking to me for a few minutes about it. I hope. If not, I probably will close the channel. We'll see. In the meantime, guys, it's the start of the week. Go out there and kick some ass. Don't bother with taking names. I don't.